Greetings, hello everybody. It's Steady Eddie here with a first live stream on this channel for quite a while. I've been doing quite a lot on the Steady Eddie live channel. Also, for those who don't know, my internet has been dreadful for the last 5-6 weeks, something like that. So I've got new internet now, and now I can do streams. I know the green screen at the back isn't a million. It's not 1,000,000%. Okay, I'll iron it out and whatever. But anyway, I'm back, and it's good to be back here. I'm on the main channel, and I'll just say hello to a few people. Smooth Operator is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Brent L is here. Good evening. Brian Street. I have three dilemmas. Is this the real Ed Sweeney or the new Al Technocrat? Did King Charlie get whatever? Good evening, Brian. Alan Hunter is here. Timmy, Guideline, the real Dutch Farang. Let's see. Viv, great to see you back, Eddie. Yeah, I'll put that on the screen. That's a good comment. Viv, I think I'll call him Viv. Great to see you back, Eddie. I wonder if one day you will tell your story of what inspired the lad from Liverpool to start traveling the world. Well, because it's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that, but I had to wait a long time to do it. At a young age, I heard of other people traveling on holidays and, going on holiday first of all, and then traveling to exotic countries and all that. And I thought, I want to do that. I want to do that. People said, I'm not cut out for that. I don't come from that kind of background where I could afford to do all that kind of stuff. But I thought, I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. And I'm glad that I've done it. I haven't. There's still lots and lots of countries that I haven't been to, but but I've been to probably almost all the ones that I want to go to. So thanks for asking that. Alan Hunter, Eddie is changing his Union Jack suite. Okay. Jeff Green, good evening. Sean Harris, nice to hear from you. Bottle Baby. Tip my crown to the new king. However, I cannot do the same for the queen. And let me just tell you that the reason I was a few minutes late is starting. I've got a green screen at the back, and also I don't know what's happened to this computer. This is my main laptop. I haven't used for a while, but I've lost the plot with it with regards to uploading photos. It's a real headache. It's a pain to get. I have photos of royalty, Charles, and whatever on the screen, but I haven't managed to upload it. Oh, my head's done in with it. It's not as easy as it looks. But anyway, tip my crown to the new thing. However, cannot do the same for the Queen. I don't know. I mean, Camilla looks very, very regal. She doesn't say much, does she? I mean, I've never really heard her speak. Really, not really. Only sort of fleetingly. She doesn't really give interviews. But I must admit, and I did have a photo. I've got a photograph. It's here somewhere. It's here. Where is it? Where is it? Is it that one there? Okay, it's that one there. It's that one. Okay, it's that one. Right. I'll just get this because some of these bloody Facebooks, somebody sent me something there. I'll get that off the screen. Okay, it's that one there. Yeah, it's this one here, if you can see it. That one. At that moment, what was Camilla thinking at that moment? What was she thinking when that crown was placed on her head? What was she thinking? I couldn't help but think, she had a smug look on herself, and she was thinking to herself, up yours, Diana. Yeah, it's just, maybe Diana, is in heaven somewhere, and when she's seeing that, she's singing to herself, it should have been me. Oh, it should have been me. Whatever. Okay, not the most tasteful joke, okay, but I couldn't resist that. Anyway, G Nuts. I think Camilla looks very, very regal. I think they both look very, very regal. Oh God Almighty. Let's see. GT Nuts, stay cool. Who me? Kidding, aren't you? Jason Vlogs, nice to hear from you. Mike Richardson, good evening. Stuart Marsden, good evening. I'm just back from 10 days in Pattaya. Wow, that sounds good. Sounds good to me. 10 days. Did you manage the Magnificent Seven perhaps in that time? Bloody good. Sounds good to me, mate. Simon Ice 41. Good evening, Eddie. One and all. God save the. God save. All right. God save. All right. We'll do this. We'll put it on the screen. We'll put it on the screen. Simon Ice 41. Good evening, Eddie. One and all. God save the. God save the king. Okay. God save the king and queen. Okay. Okay. I'm all for that. God save the king. Okay. I don't believe in God, but we've got a king anyway, and he's all right. I like Charlie. Charlie has waited his turn. He's waited a very, very extremely long time to become king. And I think he's 74 now, Charles. Is he 74? The thing is, Charles may well, because he's quite a healthy living chappy, he may well live for another 20. He might be on that throne for another 25 years. His parents, his dad lived to about 99, didn't he? So Charles might well outlive us all. So I hope he does, because he's waited a long, long time. And I wouldn't like to think that he's only going to be king for a brief while. I like Charles. He's good. And don't forget, all right, whatever you think of the royalty, you have to be careful what you say in other countries. I mean, we can say what we like about the royalty in this country. I could choose to say what I like about royalty as long as it's the truth and as long as it's just my opinion. Whereas in other countries, they don't have that luxury. Okay. Ian UK, nice to hear from you, Ian. I just arrived in Pattaya today. It's only 36 Celsius. Hope you're well, pal. Wish you was here. Well, I wish you was there. 36 Celsius. We're in May right now. We're in May. Do you know what? It doesn't seem fair in England. The winter, there's 4 seasons in a year, and yet they're not all evenly distributed, are they? It seems to me that winter lasts longer than all the other seasons put together. I mean, it's still bloody cold. I've managed to keep my heating off for the last few days, but I don't know. I'm tempted to put it back on again. I hope you have a great time, Ian, and it's great to hear from you, mate. Lars Lenken, Eddie, did you went to King's coronation? No, I didn't went to King's coronation. I watched it on the telly. It was all right. It was watchable. By the way, for those who don't know, for those who haven't been watching the Steady Eddie live channel, Eduardo Sweeney, I'm teetotal now. Yes, certainly. Well, yeah, I'm teetotal. I've been off the booze for about 5 weeks now. Since I come back, I weaned myself off it for the first month. I've been off the booze for all 5 weeks now. This is diet ginger ale, non-alcoholic. I'm teetotal now. Anyway, I haven't got an alcohol problem anymore, and I'm absolutely thrilled to bits about it. Let me see. Timmy, before we start, what's your take on the Obama situation? I'm not with you, mate. Not with you. I'm not with you. I've only managed to watch the news with the coronation. Mister, let's see. Mister Guz is not in. Hiya. Nice to hear from you, Mister. Nice to hear from you, mate. Good to hear from you. Richard always here. Okay, let's see. Chris is here. We've got 125 people in the chat. Nice for you to all to be here. In case you're not logged onto the Steady Eddie live channel, I've been doing live streams recently, and the guys who watch that channel have been so bloody good that my internet has been dreadful. I mean, you can still see it on some of the live streams. You can hardly see it. Someone said it looked like I was beaming from Mars. The internet was appalling, but the guys still showed their patience and stuck with us. So that a big thank you to them. I've got my new internet, my new fiber sorted, and I'm very, very pleased with it. So pleased that I actually uploaded a couple of little videos to my most obscure channel, Steady Eddie Music Box. I just wanted to upload a couple of little videos just to see how quickly I could do it. And my God, whereas it would have taken hours in the past, I can now do it in minutes. So the new internet is looking pretty good. So I'm hoping to do a few things with it. Hello to all. Chris Club, bloody hell, I got excited then. Thought you was live showing some sexy brass. Okay. Sure, Seamus Doherty. Nice to know. I met Seamus. I met you. Nice to hear from you. Hi, Eddie. Is that Wahin in the background? Yes, it certainly is. It's Wahin. Lovely place. London Cab, Thailand. Nice to hear from you, mate. Boo Hoo is here. Okay. So let's see. Jimmy B. Timmy, you've had a wash looking good. You never know. You never know. I might go the whole hog and get a shave next time. Let me see. Robert Hill, where have you been, Eddie boy? Well, I do have another channel called the Steady Eddie Live channel. My internet's been crap, but I've been regularly doing live streams and posting a few videos as well on that channel. So if you're not logged into the Steady Eddie Live, I'll just put it on there again, just to remind you. It's a good little channel and it's going places. Let's see, it's a good little channel, so it's well worth investigating. That's the name of the channel. We do live streams on there, and also I've posted a few videos. It's on about 2,000 plus subscribers, but I usually do live streams Monday and Tuesday, 9 o'clock, sometimes Thursday or sometimes Saturday. So if you go to the homepage in this channel, Steady Eddie Live, it's under the My Other Channels. If you just click on that one and subscribe, you'll be able to join in the live streams through the week as well. So by all means, it'll be good to have you along. And we talk about other things there. We talk not just about travel. We talk about all kinds of things like well, what do we talk about? We talk about would you shoot a burglar if he broke into your home? Where we talk about is there life on other planets? Did the men really go to the moon? And why you should never ever trust anyone called Steve. We talked about all kinds of amazing topics. Let's see. Okay, Gaz is here. Gaz77 is here. He's a regular. Hi, Eddie. I've been teaching my Spanish friends in Portugal how to get free beer today, and they've done a good job. Gaz77, for those who don't know, he shops in Asda dressed as a woman, takes a crap on the floor, and then runs off without paying. So he's a bit of a wizard, really. Mike Richardson, 256 days now we're back in Pattaya. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Steve Donovan, his coronation, son dressed in mum's clothes springs to mind. Okay. I'm not going to take the mickey out of them. Not going to take the mickey out of them because they were. But look at this one here. Now, come on, those bloody crowns. I mean, those crowns. You'd say, honest to God. I mean, when they were on the balcony waving, and that balcony is probably very, very high up. Do you think they were wearing the real crowns then? I mean, the one that Camilla was wearing, was worn by Queen Mary apparently many, many years ago, many centuries ago. I would imagine when they got on the, do you really think the authorities are going to risk them wearing the real crowns when they're on the balcony? Maybe they had substitute. I mean, I suppose if Camilla just, bent over, it drops her and bent over, the bloody crown comes off and takes it a skydive. But I don't know. Let's have another look. I mean, oh come on. They look like something out of bloody Monty Python, don't they? I don't mean to make fun. I mean, wonderful freedom of speech, but they are a bit but they are a little teensy weensy bit. I don't mean to make freedom of speech, but they do look a little teensy weensy bit absurd. Philip Johnson, where is that behind you? Looks like that is Hua Hin. That is in that's in Thailand. Yeah. Gaz77. No one is interested, Eddie, about the monarchy. Do you think so, Gaz? That what was on the TV today probably got millions and billions of viewers right throughout the world. And oh, you've seen all the people at Buckingham Palace who walked up the mall and we were saying God save the king. You don't think anyone's interested in the monastery? I mean, if I was you guys, I'd stick to bloody robbing shop loads out of Asda and taking the shit in the floor. You know what I mean? My God Almighty, mate, that's what you do. But not interested in the monarchy, bollocks. Okay, Johnny B. Nice to see you looking crystal clear. Okay, fine. Nice to hear from you as well, Johnny. Sean Harris. Camilla looks like a Cyberman in that shot on your phone. I think it's. I forgot what a Cyberman is. He had a Thunderbird or something. Lars Langen. Have you been sober? Have you been? That's a strange. But I am sober. I am sober as a judge. I am sober as a judge. I've done a couple of videos on alcoholism and my experience with alcoholism on the Steady Eddie Live channel. You can go and check them out by all means. Steady Eddie Live, subscribe to that channel. There's some little goodies there. I've given up the booze. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but after 30 years of drinking every night, I've given up the booze. I'm drinking now. On a Saturday evening, I'm drinking non-alcoholic diet ginger beer. And it's very tasty. It's very, very tasty. I've given up the booze. I mean, my weight loss, my diet, the weight hasn't fallen off me just yet. But the thing is, if I do nothing else, I mean, giving up the booze, that's pretty big. It's not an easy thing to do. I've been dreaming about giving up the booze for many, many years, and I've finally done it, and I'm not going back. I don't have any alcohol at home. Johnny B. There's only one queen in my eyes, Freddie Mercury. Oh, he was cool. He was cool. He was cool. Seamus Doherty. Seamus Doherty. Prince Harry was in a rush to get home to Meghan. And I don't blame him. I don't blame her. She's hot stuff, isn't she? And they've got a couple of kids together, haven't they? So he's in a rush to get home to his family and whatever. I mean, what do we think of Harry? Do you think the road is rocky ahead? Do you think that's going to last, that marriage? Do you think it's going to last? I mean, with Harry, I think Harry probably felt a bit humiliated, to be honest with you. And personally, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the future, Harry was probably blown away with all that was happening, all the pomp and all this kind of stuff. And especially when his brother William went up and kissed his father. And, it was all a touching. And I think really, Harry, wouldn't you regret what's happened? Wouldn't you regret a little bit? I think, but then again, if Harry wasn't treated right, then, it's a difficult situation, really. I feel that we're sorry for Harry in a way, despite all his millions. He's clearly not a happy chappy. Yeah, Viv, did you manage to sort out that imposter on Facebook who was using your face? The shirt you put out showed the short I put out showed angry head. I don't blame some people are bastards. What it is, a number of people messaged me on that day and said, do you know there's someone's impersonating you? I've got a friend's request from someone using your face and your profile and your name and all that. And I tried to check this one out on Facebook, but I couldn't really come across it. So instead, I put a post on Facebook and I put a short on this channel, and I think that must have frightened the bastard off anyway, So at least I put people in the picture. Paul Hoskin, have any of the royals ever been to Pattaya? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, all the royals who like a bit of rumpy pumpy, you can probably get plenty of it, elsewhere anyway. Mike Richardson, not my king. Jason Vlogs, not my king either. Sean Harris, I have warned to Camilla recently. I used to loathe her. She's okay, but I mean, like I said before, I mean, I've never heard her speak. Not really. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she's the type who when she, you know, speaks, you know, tends to put her foot in it. So maybe it's probably better if she keeps quiet. But she's got a little bit of regality about her, a bit of dignity. She actually looks more like a queen than what Diana did. I didn't think Diana, you know, was Queen material. She just didn't look regal at all. But I like Camilla. I like Camilla. I don't like that hat she was wearing today. But apart from that, Philip asks, okay, let's talk about traveling to Thailand. Okay, so I haven't done a live stream. This is a travel channel, of course. So if I do streams on this channel, it's got to be a lot about travel anyway. So Philip Atkins is saying, good to see you back. I booked a flight for £830 return for November for Fun City, God save Pattaya City. Oh, well, that's good. 830 quid. Well, that's quite expensive, but it isn't particularly bad. I've heard far worse than that. So good for you, mate. Anyway, I mean, you know, who thinks Pattaya will have a very, well, Thailand will have a very, very poor low season. Don't forget the low season goes on for about 2/3 of the year, for about 8 months. And I've said this before, but I think when people go to somewhere like Thailand in the low season, it's not the best weather. I mean, what you see behind you there, you may not get that if you go to Thailand during the low season because it might be raining. So you can't guarantee it's going to be like that in the background. But when people go to Thailand in the low season, I always think it's because they've seen good value flights. And because I went to Thailand once in the month of May, simply because I seen a good value flight that I couldn't resist. And even though it was raining all the time, I still had a good time. But the thing is, there's not many low value flights now, even during the low season. The flights are still very, very expensive. So I think the low season in particular, people will still go on high season, but the low season in particular, I think it's going to be very, very painful for Thailand and Pattaya, a place like that. I think from now until November, I think it's going to be very, very quiet there. Steve Donovan, sausage fingers, bad sign. Is that me? Yeah, Gaz 77. The monarchy needs to be abolished. Anyway, I'm having a great time in Portugal for free. Well, you don't pay for the bloody monarchy anyway. You don't even pay for your shopping at Asda. What are you talking about? Okay. Brian Street. Brian Street, 74 before you get your dream job. Never give up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Charles has waited till... I'll tell you what, I've got a long memory. I remember the day when Charles and Diana got married, 1981, which was 42 years ago. And the headline of the Sun, you know, the scummy newspaper that it was, their headline of the day was "Born to be a Prince." No, it wasn't that. No. Their headline was "Born to be a King, doomed to be a Prince." And that was years, but I mean, it was believed then the Queen might even outlive Charles. She could even outlive him. She will never ever abdicate, and Charles will spend the rest of his life as a prince. So it hasn't worked that way. A 74 Charles, he's waited in the line. He's waited patiently, and he's waited coolly, and he's been a good ambassador to the country. And he's 74 now. He's the King of England, the King of the United Kingdom, and I like him. He's cool. Okay. Yeah, Bottle Baby looked like he needed a wheelchair, leaving with all that hardware. He looked a little bit frail. I tell you what, those guys who surrounded him, those geezers, they must have been bloody tall, because Charles is not exactly a munchkin. He's not a little guy at all, but he was kind of dwarfed by them. But no, Charles' dad lived until he was 99. Yeah, 99. That's 25 years older than Charles. I think Charles is going to be around for another 25 years. I think he'll probably outlive a lot of us. Steve Donald says it again. Tamza, nice to hear from you, Tamza. Hi, Eddie, you're looking great. Okay, thank you, Tamza. That is very, very kind of you to say so anyway. Very, very kind. I'm just going to grab another ginger beer. Oh, very, very tasty, that stuff. It's I get it from the co-op. A half-litre bottle is currently 80 pence for a half. No, not a half litre. A litre bottle is 80 pence, and it's really tasty. The thing about low-calorie drinks, I'm going to do a little video about it because people say don't drink them because the sweetener in it is not good for you, and there's things that there's things to talk about there anyway. But I like that one. Let's see. Jason Vlog, Steady, you're going back to Thailand and went. I haven't booked anything yet, but I mean it's too early. But when the time is right, I'll be back. I'll be back. Wolves View. God saves everyone and not just some. If you believe in real royalty, then you will find our real royalty living in Australia. Fact. Okay. Good, good for you. I must admit that Australia, and other countries, Jamaica now has said they don't want the, British royalty is their monarch. And if I lived in another country, I wouldn't want, the Queen or the King of England to rule over us. I wouldn't want that. So I can't really blame these countries anyway. I mean, I wouldn't want the King of, let's say, the King of Germany to bloody rule over England. I wouldn't want that. John Doe, oi steady Eddie, do you have a license for that butter knife, mate? But butter knife, mate. What bloody butter knife? Not what you're on about. What are you on about? What is Gaz on about? Why did you watch that shit? Okay, whatever. Donald Trump is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Itinerary varies. Eddie needs a big or whatever. No, whatever. Okay, I'm just going to skip it because I've fallen a little teensy weensy bit. Teensy weensy bit. So what do you think what is going to happen this year for Thailand? Do you think it's going to be a very, very low season? I haven't booked yet. I wouldn't entirely rule it out. But I think it will be a very, very low season. A very, very low season. In Thailand, we'll see. I've had my travel. I mean, since the beginning of last year, I've traveled for 9 months, so I'm still resting, watching Netflix and all this kind of stuff. Sean Harris, I'll be in Pattaya 26, 27, 28 of this month. Good for you. If anyone is out that way and wants to meet up, Bangkok the 5th and 6th of June. Okay, well, there you go. There's an invitation from Sean Harris there. Let's see. Viv, no beer makes it a healthy looking Eddie, that's for sure. Very, very kind of you. Paul Hoskins being smutty again. Okay. Leeds, nice to hear from you. Yeah, T-Rig, he's back. Well done, Ed. You should lose a fair bit of weight off the booze. Well, that's what I thought, because I reckon, I was taking something like probably about 10,000 calories a week in alcohol, various alcohol. But being off the booze, it doesn't, that alone doesn't cause you to become lean. I mean, but it's a step in the right direction anyway. So I'm just glad that I've done that anyway. And I'm really afraid of booze now. I every time I go into a supermarket, I can pass the shelves with alcohol, and I don't have any inclination to buy any. You know, it's out of my system now. Good riddance to it. There you go. Mike Richardson. Click the thumbs up, guys. Give the old codger some support. Okay, thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Cornelius Hansen, Royal Mafia can go somewhere very, very hot. Yeah, okay. You know, good for yeah. They do it. They do all right for they do all right for holidays. I know that much. Dr. Snuggles Music. Love your videos, Eddie. I was in KL and Penang in January. So was I. I just missed you before I went back to Phuket. Safe travels, like Ian. Okay, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Sean Harris, Edward, you consider going back to Taiwan? My regret at Taiwan, it didn't seem the most exciting country, but I'm sure there's a lot of. I'll tell you what. Now that I'm off the booze, Taiwan was quite expensive for the booze, and being off the booze, it would probably be a lot cheaper now. But I thought that was a good little place. I mean, you know, Taiwan's a nice little place, Taipei and whatever. But I was unfortunate because I was only there for 2 weeks. I flew there from Thailand, and the second week I got food poisoning, so it kind of killed it. But yeah, definitely the time was right. I definitely considered that. Bintman, is your new internet setup now? The quality looks great in that. Yeah, this is my new internet. I haven't got the green screen perfect yet, but then you know nothing's perfect. You know, nothing's perfect. I'll get it. I'll get it all right one of these days. Yeah, McLaren is here. Clive, Mr. Eddie, I watched the bloke getting crowned earlier. Watching Formula One Miami qualifying at the moment. I'm multitasking. Okay, good for you. That sounds really, really interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing the Formula One, to be honest with you. Sean Adams, if you travel to the USA, what would be your top five? Oh, well, it'd have to be the cities. I'd like to go there and see the cities that my favorite movies were filmed in. New York, San Francisco. They'd probably be the top two. And I wouldn't mind, like, you know, getting a Ford Mustang or a Dodge Charger out on the dusty roads of the American Midwest, you know, like those old car chase movies. I wouldn't mind a good car chase if I was out there. Bottle baby, I was waiting for the crown to fall off her head while standing on the balcony. I mean, when you think about it, that balcony is high up. You know, I mean, it didn't look very, very comfortable on her head. That when she came out on that balcony, that crown dates back to Queen Mary. I mean, do you really, really, really think that you know they were going to put them out on the balcony with the real thing, the real crown jewels on their head, knowing that something untoward could happen? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Joe Rotter, good to have you back on the stream. Okay, thank you. Nice to hear from you. Tandra, I watched the coronation. Camilla, not a queen to me. I think, you know, funnily enough, I've got two pictures of Camilla. Two pictures of Camilla. I mean, this is a picture, whether this is accidental, and when she first sat down. That's it. And she looks kind of worried there, doesn't she? She does look a bit worried. She looks sort of it's a mixture between am I dreaming all of this and oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? I think that's what it is. I mean, she looked a bit worried. I don't think she's the most. She's clearly not the most. You know, I don't think she likes the limelight very much. I don't think she likes the limelight in that way. But Charles loves her. Charles loved her. I mean, even when he was married to Di, it was hot stuff in her day. He was still having, you know, he was still sending naughty phone calls and and messages to Camilla, wasn't he? So Charles loves her. So she's probably, I think she's quite dignity. But you're entitled to your opinion. Let's see. Big fella, thanks. Penny Morden, Roger or Dodger. Well, not up on. Can't remember what Penny Morden looks like. Paul Oskin, did he wear the crown when they're in the throne? Or vulgar. Jay Easy, congrats. No booze is better. Gives you more power for the ladies. Okay, absolutely. Honestly, I can't. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, But if I could blow my own trumpet, I'd never leave the house. No, sorry, I couldn't resist it. That's just a silly joke there. I have actually surprised myself. I have actually surprised myself by actually giving up the booze. I just didn't think I could do it. But I'm off the booze. And this is lemonade and it's tasty. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Singapore Dan. Someone said the interim king. He may be interim for the next 25 years, mate. Yeah, McLaren. I'm not going to repeat that because that's a bit. Jay Easy. Harry is the outcast now. He must have felt extremely awkward. It was an extremely awkward situation. I mean, it's easy to say, well, it's his own fault. He's chosen a different path and slagged down. He might have had a tormented childhood. You don't really know. The truth of stuff. I mean, whether he's telling the truth in that book or whatever. But I get the feeling he's not a happy. And when Harry was a soldier, I got the impression that Harry was the real deal. He had a genuine empathy for his fellow servicemen. I like Harry. I think Harry would like to come back. But what's he coming back to? You are quite right. He is the outcast now, and I think he's probably a difficult situation. He's going to have to live with being the outcast. But then at least he's got plenty of money to be an outcast anyway. Sean Harris, do you think Charles looked a little ill and pale? Yeah, he didn't look as himself, did he? Let's see. Graham 101, why give up the beer, Eddie? I love a nice cold beer and could never give that up, really. Well, if you go to the Steady Eddie live channel, I've done a couple of videos about my experience with alcohol, and the answer is there, really. I had to give it up or die, Lester Bangs. Okay, well that's your opinion. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, Chaz Brown, Eddie, you planning to travel again this year? What are you doing? I mean, travel's never very far away. But right now, I'm just I'm enjoying watching Netflix right now and Amazon and catching up with videos, old DVDs that I haven't watched for years and whatever. I'm actually relaxed, having a nice boring life right now. Let's see. Jamie Santiago. God, that's a good name. That's a good name. James Santiago. That's a cracking name. Steady Eddie is still my hero. I drank a beer for you. No sarcasm. Thanks, Eddie. Okay, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. Yeah. Okay, so shall I do it? Shall I do it? Shall I do a phone in? I want to start doing a phone in, mainly on my other channel, Steady Eddie Live. But shall I experiment with it right now? I know, like to do a phone in, it requires some equipment. I looked into it, and it was a bit, awkward. Really, it was far more complicated than what I thought. But I thought I'll experiment with it with another mobile phone to see if anyone wants a phone and it's a bit reckless. It's a bit of a reckless way to do it. But the worst thing is that I can make a balls of it. The problem is that where I live, we get very, very bad, terrible reception. So it could be a disaster, but I could experiment with it anyway. Well, I'll try and experiment with it, see if anyone wants to phone in pretty soon. And if it's a disaster, then nothing's lost anyway. There you go. Alan Hunt is so happy leaving for Thailand in 4 weeks, and my letter of proof of income for my retirement visa from my embassy has arrived. Oh, that's good. So that is good. That is really, really good. Good for you, mate. Good luck to you. Well done. Well done. Lars Lankin, I'm going in September for £770, Finland to Bangkok. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. My criticism, my flight next January cost me $727 with Emirates and £42 for insurance, a combined deal direct. Okay. Well, that sounds quite reasonable. That sounds reasonable. Sean Young, I had, of course, with the coronation on CNN here in Vietnam. It'd be interesting. I mean, would Vietnam be interested in that sort of thing? Would they be interested in the? Well, of course. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how other countries, but it'd be interesting. I mean, would they play that in a bar in Vietnam? Would they have a TV screen instead of putting the sports on? Would they put the coronation? Yeah, it'd be interesting. It would have been interesting to actually see how they react to that. Anthony Chinton. Hi, Eddie. You're looking good for being off the booze. Keep it up, mate. Okay, thank you. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. There you go. Okay. Ivan says, I booked a flight for October, London to Bangkok with Austrian Airlines. Stop over in Vienna. £355 only. Hand lugs. That's enough. Oh, that's good, isn't it? 355 quid. Is that a return? If that's a return, that's bloody good. That bloody good. Ben Davies, yeah, still off the drink. That's it. Thailand Clocker. Hi, Eddie. Looks like you've lost a couple of chins. Like I said, I've giving up the booze alone will not give you a lean body, but you can. It's like a burden. Alcohol can be a burden. It can stop you doing other things. And now that I'm off the booze, if I put my mind to it and find the right diet, I probably can get in shape. It hasn't quite happened just yet, but it's being off the booze is a big step. Johnny Bay, have you had a chance to think about your next location? I'm off to Spain next week. Get away from this awful rain. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, Spain, Benidorm. I'm seeing vlogs on Benidorm, and apparently the weather's fantastic there. So good for you, mate. Anyway, have a good time. Good for you. Johnny B gets around, so good for him. Anthony Jensen, stinking hot in Udon Thani, 43 daytime, 32 night. 40 days, Jesus, that's good. Oh my, that's a bit too hot, that isn't it? Lars Lincoln, can I ask, do you take some kind of drug that doctor prescription to support your No. I don't do nothing like that. I take a statin once a day. Yeah, but that's the only thing that I have. I wouldn't do anything like that. Go down that route, because the thing is, if you take a tablet for this and a tablet for that, you just become dependent on them. No, I gave up the alcohol because the last month or so when I was in Thailand and I was just drinking and I wasn't enjoying that beer, because I don't really like the Thai beer. Singer, Leo, nothing special. A bit, gets a bit tiresome after a while. And that bloody Chang, I don't like that at all. And I just thought, when I go back to England, and I'm really, really going to do it. I'm going to do it because I'm 60 years old now. And if I don't do it, it's now or never. If I don't give it the boost. But I have done a couple of videos. They are on the other channel if you want to check them out. If you want to check those videos out, you can go to the Steady Eddie Live channel and see those videos. But no, I've done it purely out of determination and willpower. So, go and check out those videos, and they explain a lot. Mister, need a notepad as replays don't come with chats. Okay. Yeah. Eason, man, what makes you think Pattaya will have a good high season? The one just gone was not great, and bargain prices keep going up. A good high season. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad high season. I mean, there seemed to me to be plenty going on in Pattaya and the islands, and where else? Phuket. I was in Patong, and Patong was lively enough. So it looked to me to be quite lively. And I must say that in Patong, oh, they've got some lovely, lovely ladies there. Lovely ladies in Patong. Absolutely, it looked like quite a healthy. It looked healthy to me. It looked healthy to me. But I think the low season is going to be very, very low, because I don't think I still think. I mean, the reason I went to Thailand once in the low season was because I got I seen a really, really cheap flight that I couldn't resist. And I think a lot of people are like that. There are really no cheap flights around. So I think they're going to struggle. Nice to hear from you, Eason, man, anyway. Hard Tulip, nice to hear from you. Yeah. Yeah, but our tulip is plastered. Well, good for you, mate. Good for you. Paul Hoskin, is Thailand pricing itself out of them? Okay. I'll tell you what, that is so good, Paul. That is so good. That is so good that it is so good. It is so damn good. It's so good that I forgot what the question was. What was it again? What was it? Okay, yeah, okay. This is Paul Hoskin. This is Paul Hoskin. This is Paul Hoskin. Okay. Okay, this question is courtesy of Paul Hoskin, and it's a really, really good question. Is Thailand pricing itself out of the market? So what do you think? I mean, a lot of you guys have been to Thailand recently. You're planning on going there. Some of you may even be there now. It is no longer the bargain destination that it once was. So you tell me. I don't think if you want to enjoy yourself, I don't think Thailand is a really, really cheap place anymore. I mean, if you go to Phuket, which is a good place to go, or that place behind me, Hua Hin, it's it's if you want to live it up, you will pay a lot of money. So this is courtesy of Paul asking this question. So what do you think? Kicks TV still fairly busy in Patong last week, but yeah, but it's good. It's a good place. Lars Lankin, have you heard that Thailand tax ministry it may be taking 300 baht entry fee on arrival and 1,000 extra? God, whatever next. Rick O'Shad, why not book a reasonable condo from November to April in Pattaya? Probably will be less costly and save you from all the hotel hopping and wear and tear. Plus, could get consistent good internet. Well, to be honest with you, that's what I planned on doing last time. I planned on doing that, but I ended up traveling, didn't I? Because I also wanted to see Cambodia and somewhere else, Malaysia. I end up, and also the problem with me with making YouTube videos is that if I book a condo in one place for months on end, what am I going to make videos on? It's you quickly run out of ideas. But I was thinking of doing that, but somehow I ended up traveling instead. Jack Bizer, I wish Charles and Camilla all the happiness in the world. Okay. Dave the Rave, hey Eddie, any European holidays booked for the summer months? I was looking at Hungary because I've never been there, but it doesn't really look that exciting to me. Not as good as Romania, where I went last year. So I don't know yet. Bottle Baby, notice pricing the manga out of the market. Yeah, they are getting a bit greedy, aren't they? Kicks TV, just paid 25 quid a night for decent hotel and 4 beers for the tenner by the hotel pool. Well, no, it's good that you put it that way, Kicks TV, because that still seems a lot better value than what you get in most places, in most of the countries. Daniel Kelly, nice to have you. Eddie, I think it's because we are getting older. Okay. Sean, I think everywhere has become more expensive. Absolutely. Is there any cheap destinations? Mike Richardson, in realistic terms, flights have not gone up that much. I went to town in 1984. The flight cost me 300 quid, but I was only earning £100 per week. Now I earn more than that in a day. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the flights remain quite consistent from like the year 2000 onwards. They remained really consistent. It's only the last couple of years that they've really gone up in price. Brian Street, now I've retired, then yes, glad I travelled in the last 20 years. Absolutely, I'm glad that I travelled in the last 20 years. Absolutely, mate. Oh, thank you. Dr. Snuggles, Thailand is still worth it. Been 3 times in the last year. Still value if you plan ahead and don't go mental. Okay, yeah, absolutely. If you plan ahead, I mean, the things if you want to enjoy yourself, I'd tell you what is expensive in Thailand: booze. I know in Pattaya you can get happy hour prices at reasonable, and even believe it or not, in Patong, some of the daytime prices for a bottle of beer is still quite cheap. But generally, if you want to enjoy yourself, if you want to go to bars with live bands or whatever, the beer is not cheap in Thailand. It's not cheap. And if you're a drinker, you will spend a fair bit of money. You really, really will. Let's see. Bintman, Thailand is as cheap or expensive as you want it to be. I always find decent price for hotels and food. Compare Thailand to other destinations, and it's still cheap. Yeah, absolutely. It's not as cheap as it was, but it's still, if you compare it to a place like the Caribbean, it's still very, very good value. The real Dutch Farang, you need to book a flight ticket 1 year ahead. Okay. Steve James, Riga in Latvia was good. I enjoyed it. Okay, I'll think about that one. Alan Smith was in Hungary. It's a good spot. Okay. Ivan, Balaton Lake in Hungary is epic. Okay. We're getting hungry here. Yeah, let's see. Capo 17, Paul is correct. The most expensive part being bar girls without the quality to justify the price. Self-destruction on a large scale. Yeah, they are getting a bit greedy, aren't they? Michael Gineas, I really believe the weed situation will change everything. People getting stoned in their rooms and no one going to bars or clubs. It's not good, mate. Is that changing? I don't pay any attention to the weed stuff. I know like that they've got all of that stuff out there, but I don't do stuff like that myself. I don't really, I don't really know what a situation that's going to cause. Mark Alec, nice to hear from you, mate. Good evening, Eddie. Love the new internet. Have you run a speed test yet? Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't paid attention to anything like that. But I'll tell you, the speed test that I have done. The speed test that I have done is I uploaded a couple of little videos to the Steady Eddie Music Box channel, and I was amazed how fast. Whereas it would have taken me a long time, I'd done it in a matter of minutes. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Really pleased with that. So yeah, the new internet's looking good. Nice to hear from you anyway, Mark. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, go to the Isle of Man. What on earth would I want to go there for? Let's see. Let's see. Bart Simpson, Full Moon Bar and Krabby live bands every night. Large beer, 100 bars, and he lowered it for me. That sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, Sergio. Hi, Eddie. Great to know you will have a call-in show. I wouldn't build me hopes on that. Have you said the Skype for an online phone? Shall I look into that? There's still a lot of technological things I've never got around to doing. Skype. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? I've got a mobile phone there, which a spare mobile phone, which it can use. I don't see any problem using that. The only problem is that the reception. I mean, the signal is not good here, so we'll see what happens anyway. But Skype, yeah, we'll kind of look into that. Barry Harmon, flights aren't bad from Ireland. I paid £600 in '86. It's now €780. Not much difference considering. Great internet. Okay, thanks for that. Stephen's going to Thailand in June. The real Dutch Ferran, Colin, what about using Streamline? I have actually got StreamYards. I've got like but a lot of people are very, very shy about coming on about coming on as a guest. Some people even can make videos but don't really like live streams. I was actually planning on having a guest tonight, a guy who's in Thailand, except we got a bit confused with the times, and this is middle of the night in Thailand, so we'll try and see what we can do tomorrow. Bart Simpson, best birds are in Southend-on-Sea. Okay. V, Ed, hello. Okay, nice to hear from you. Jock Martins, if you're looking for a summer trip, Ed, you can't go wrong with Cyprus. So I've never been to Cyprus, but the Greek islands, I love the Greek islands. Absolutely beautiful. You never know. You never know. I'll decide later. Yeah, V, Ed, have you ever been to Colombia? Yeah, I've been to Colombia. I've traveled all through South America, and it was absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But that was quite a while ago. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, go to Jersey. Isle of Man, Jersey. Is that really for me? Not really. Not really. Really for me somehow. Adam Lee, interested to know what you think, Eddie. About what? About what? If you drop the link, you'd have at least one person coming. Well, the people who've been on are all Facebook friends, so I can always drop the link to the Facebook friend. Mark Oleg, last week my state of Minnesota passed recreational marijuana use. Unfortunately, I haven't smoked a joint since 1976. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That's interesting. Pass recreational marijuana use. Okay, well that sounds fine. I just don't do that. I'm actually personally, I'm so squeaky clean now. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any illegal substances. I'm squeaky clean really. I'll stop swearing next. You never know. Adam Lee, West Side Thailand is better priced than East Side. Whatever. Okay, fair enough. Mike Stewart, I fly from Heathrow on Wednesday, only 540 quid, but booked it back in November. Typical get there in Thai elections, but sure, I will find a cup of tea. Oh, good for you, mate. Good for you. B Moron is here. Nice to hear from you, B Moron. Nice to hear from you, mate. He's got a YouTube channel. He does some great live streams. Big ups from Saudi Arabia. When's the next Thailand trip? Hope to see you out there again. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll have to. I haven't planned anything just yet. But big ups from Saudi Arabia. What on earth are you doing there? And is it any good? Let us know. Okay, nice to hear from you, Ron. Let's see. Where are we now? Okay. James Santiago, Medellin is awesome, but it's not as fun as Southeast Asia, but it's way closer than Asia, coming from Florida. I mean, I mean, whatever anyone says, you have to, in places like Colombia and Brazil, countries that have been, they are great, but there's nothing that's as easy as Thailand. I mean, if you want to fall into Thailand, should be called Easy Land. You can just fall into that country and it's safe. Whereas those countries, you do have to be careful, really. Let's see. Glen Wyndham, Camden and Trenton are lovely cities to visit. Is that in America? Daniel Kelly, Eddie, get some of your Thai lady friends on. We could arrange something like that. I mean, to be honest with you, when I've had guests on before on StreamYards on this, but when I've guests on, funnily enough, this is actually, I actually get more views when I'm on here on my own, believe it or not. But I don't think there's any. And also, when I have guests on, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I've noticed later in the comments, some people say this is just two guys talking. I really like paying attention to the chat. That's what seems to work best for me. Eastern man, if you're not going to be drinking, you need to factor that into your itinerary. Get back to being more of an intrepid traveler and sightseeing. Yeah, well, I'm not. When I'm abroad, in a hot climate like there behind me, imagine walking on that beach and not ended up with a cold beer. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm sober now without alcohol. But when I'm in a hot climate like that, I don't know. Cross that bridge when I come to it. Javier Lopez. Eddie, have you ever been to Valencia in Spain? It's a lovely city with delicious food and affordable price. I have been to Valencia in Spain. I'll tell you when I went there, when my YouTube channel was first starting to gain ground. I'd booked a trip to Spain. I went to Benidorm, Valencia. What's the other one? The other one beginning with, I can't remember what it was in Spain. Then went back to Benidorm again. I did go to Valencia, but I didn't really make any videos there because I wasn't used to making videos then. I was used to sitting in a chair talking about things, but I didn't really know how to make videos, and I didn't think I was up to it at the time, you see. So I never made any videos in Valencia, and I couldn't really get into that. But it was nice, but I didn't really make any videos there. Ricky, hence the squeaky door. Let's see. Daniel Kelly, you don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Okay, good song, that. Good song. Yeah, Mr. Mr. Star. Hope all's good. Okay, nice to hear from you. London Cab, Thailand. I watched the coronation on TV for about 4 hours. Really enjoyed it. Okay, I watched it I watched it probably about 3 hours because it was just, I just had it on the TV and had me dinner or me breakfast or whatever you want to call it. And I watched it. It's once in a lifetime. Prince Charles has been with us all our lives, my generation, and I like him. I think he's cool. No reason to dislike him. And okay. I quite enjoyed it as well. Ed, I think you should give the Philippines a big go again. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Philippines. I did well with my videos in the Philippines. I did well with them, and Philippines is cool. I've been to the Philippines twice. Once was about 20 years ago, and I didn't feel comfortable there. But the other time was about 4 years ago, wasn't it? And I really liked it. So we'll see about that. We'll see about it. We'll see about it. Let's see. Mark Ollick, yes, but feds will not enforce it in states that pass its use. Okay, it's talking about marijuana in Minnesota. So if you're into marijuana, get out of Minnesota. Dr. Snuggles music. Did your gout clear up, Eddie? It can be awful. Beer is the worst, but that's good natural meds that can take the edge off. I haven't had gout for a while, and I don't want it really. I don't want it. You got to be careful really with that kind of stuff. Bintman, Bintman. Okay, when are you planning to start the phone? Is it? I don't. In a minute, in a few minutes, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't think I've got anything to lose. I don't think I've got anything to lose except making an absolute fool out of me. I might make it. I might make a knobhead out of myself, but then I'm not afraid of that because, as the Lord Jesus famously said, "He it was never made a knobhead out of himself. May he cast the first knob." Okay, so the only thing I can do is get a mobile phone and put it on loudspeaker. We'll see how it goes. If it's crap, then it's crap, and if it's good, which it probably won't be, then we'll see what happens. G-Rig, hey, you could look into Discord. I assume that is what other YouTubers use for their multi-person debates and screen shares. Be fine for people down there. I don't want to do that. Spitz Energy, you're looking well, pal. Nice to have. Spitz Energy lives in Chiang Mai. Greetings. Nice to hear from you, mate. You're looking well, pal. Personally, I admire what you've done at the booze. I can't believe it. I can't believe that I'm actually off the booze. I am actually off the booze. It's been just about 5 weeks now, and I've got no plans to. It's out of my system. I'm not. I'm no longer dependent on it, and so I feel all the better for it. I feel all the better for it. So thanks for that anyway, mate. Nice to hear from you. They say Potato's getting busy, but why are there so many bars for sale? Do the Thais know something we don't? Um, why are there so many bars for sale? Well, obviously they're not getting many customers, are they? Because I mean, if they were getting loads of customers and making loads of money, they wouldn't be selling up. Yeah, the rookie cameraman. If not Thailand, then where else in Southeast Asia? Well, Cambodia is good, but it's not as it doesn't have as much to offer as what it used to. Let's just say that much. Cambodia's still good. Vietnam. Last time I was in Vietnam, it's still a great country. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, I had £100 bet with William Hill that you'll be back on the bevy back in Thailand. It's tough not to have a beer in a bar. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, I'll cross it when I come to it. Okay, Barry Harmon, you're looking very healthy without the booze, Eddie. Well done. It's hard to kill bad habits. Okay, thank you for that anyway. Okay, Mark Allen, Eddie, what are your thoughts about King Charles III? I like him. I mean, Prince Charles, as we knew him then, has been around all my life. He's all my life. I remember when he was a young guy, and he was crowned the Prince of Wales. And I like Charles. I like him. As for Camilla, seems to be wearing a larger crown on her head. Let's get that photograph up again. Let's get it. It did look a little teensy weensy bit. Come here, man. Come here. Where are you? Oh, that's a photo. Okay, a it did look a teensy weensy bit absurd, didn't it? It did look a bit absurd. I think absurd. I mean, it looks. I mean, it did look. Apparently, that was worn by Queen Mary. You know, whenever Queen Mary was around. Uh, you know, it did look. She looked terrified. Then, what is her expression? Oh my God, what have I done? What has happened? What is happening to me? Um, and there you go. There you go. There's the crowns. It looks like there you go. Once again, it looks a bit like a scene from bloody Monty Python, doesn't it? I mean, it looks a bit absurd. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it does. They do look a little, you know, a little bit absurd, a little bit absurd. But I think when they were on the balcony, I don't believe that was the real crown. They're not going to risk something as historical as that. That you know, if she was to trip over and it fell off her head and went over the balcony and whatever, I don't think they're going to risk anything like that. They probably had a couple of, you know, fake ones. You know, put them on your head. No one will know the difference. Anyway, so it did look a bit absurd. Let's see. Javier Lopez, your video on Angeles in Philippines City was wicked. I made a few videos there, didn't I? In Angeles City. I mean, that scorebird, that scorebirds one. There's a couple of those on the list, but the third scorebird video, the really good one, caused me problems when I tried to upload. When I did upload it to YouTube, so I've still got that one somewhere. But you know, the wet t-shirt one. But I don't know. One of these days, maybe. Let's see, Sean Harris. Did we send some short vids of our travels? Perhaps you could edit them and put them on your channel. Hotel reviews and such like that way you could vet them beforehand. I've never thought about that. I've never thought about it. Well, okay, message me on Facebook. You know, discuss that idea. Anyway, sounds like an idea. Let's see. Rico Shad, are you planning to visit Vietnam and the Philippines this coming season? You hit the rest of Southeast Asia last season. I don't know. No plans just yet. No plans just yet. But well, when the plans do come, yeah, Vietnam. I'd love to see Vietnam again. Mister, very good editor. Okay. Mark Allen, God Save the King. They're one of the one of the British colonists from across the pond said, okay, Mark Allen is American. He lives in Minnesota and he likes the royal family. So that's good enough for me. That's good. I like Charles and Camilla. I even like the names Charles and Camilla. That sounds fantastic. That sounds so regal. Sounds so I like Charles and Camilla. Anyway, we've waffled on that bit there anyway. So the consensus is Thailand is let's see. Ari of Tokyo, greetings from Tokyo, looking good there. Okay, thank you. What's Mister saying? Queen Mary lose her head. Yeah, okay. Yeah, ugly. Scouser brand. Yeah, absolutely. I like Scouser brand, but I don't drink anymore. Mark Alec, Philip did not have much participation now, did he? Prince Philip, you talking about? Some people like Prince. I always thought he was a little bit smug, to be honest with you. But a lot of people like Prince Philip. Yeah, Mister. I don't drink at home. Odd cocktail. Only drink beer on holiday. Come to think of it, it's the same as my sex life. Apart from that, no cocktail. Okay. Where are we now? Guess Stevenson, sober at home and a few drinks on holiday won't do you any harm. Barry Armour, Philippines is a great spot, Eddie. I love it there, but couldn't fall out with Thailand. I like to mix both. Both places. Okay. Mark Oleg says, I wish Diana had not passed. Well, you know, well, of course, she was. It was very, very sad because she was a young woman. I mean, she was a very, very young woman. She was only about 36. That's so young. I mean, that's very, very sad. But it was all. It was all. You know, it was very. It was all a very, very strange situation. Mark says, I remember Charles as a young man. I do as well. I do as well when he was the Prince of Wales. He was a character. Let's see, Spitz Energy. My Thai wife Joy made me laugh during the coronation. Why his wife not cut his eyebrows and side of his face? Okay. like it, like it. Daniel Kelly. Eddie, have you been under the sunbed looking very brown? No, it's the light, mate. I'm actually pale. I'm actually pale right now. Yeah, Guardian Smith. Guardian Smith, Thailand is slowly pricing itself out of the market, slowly and intensely, just to see what people will tolerate and what it can get away with. Basically, a game of testing the fences of patience. They're trying it on with the price. They're trying it on. The real Dutch Farang, the real Dutch Farang. Eddie put WD-40 on the squeaky door. The squeaky door. The squeaky door is a celebrity. Speaking of which, it's squeaky door time. Okay. Okay. So I'm back. Let's see. Oh, Evans above. I have a super chat. Okay, thank you, Mark Ollie. Thank you for $125. That is very kind. Great seeing your channel with the improved bandwidth. That's 9,600 BPS Hayes modem. Wasn't quite cutting it. Here's a little something to help with the data expenses. Love this evening's live. Okay, thank you for that, Mark. That is very, very, very kind of you. Really, really much appreciated. I'll leave that on the screen again. Cheers to that, Mark. And thanks once again to stick with the Steady Eddie live channel in its hour of need, because to everyone who watched the live streams when the internet was terrible, it was still great to have you along. So thanks for that super chat, Mark. Very, very kind of you. So let's see now. Let's see now. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do something. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm actually going to do something. I'll tell you what I could bloody do to begin with. How about switching this thing on to begin with? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. I'm going to lose my virginity. I've never ever done this before. I've never done it before, but I'm going to invite people to phone in. If anyone wants to phone, it could be a disaster, because it could be a complete and total disaster, because I've never done it. I've got my mobile phone here, and I don't see any problem putting this number out. I don't see any problem putting this number out. So let's see. I'm going to put this number out, and if anyone wants to phone in and talk about the royal family, I prefer if you talk about the royal family. Remember, I've never ever done a phone, so this is actually a live attempt. It may be a complete disaster. I may make a complete and total knobhead of myself, but it's happened before, so I'm not worrying about it. Okay, so the number is, okay. Okay. Okay, so anyway, that is the number. If anyone wants a phone, it may be a complete and total disaster, but that is the number anyway. If you want to phone in, and if anyone wants to phone in and talk about the royal family, we'll see what goes with the live stream. I can only make a fool of myself, can't I? Can't that's all I can do. Let's answer a few things. Let's see. Who's this? The real Dutch Farang. Eddie, don't dox yourself, sir. You don't seriously think I'm going to put my regular official phone number on there, do you? You don't seriously think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Hope this is a bum number, okay? How can we, the real Dutch Farang, how can we call in, Eddie? You can call in by phoning that number on the screen. Oh, yeah, let's see. Remember, 4-4 for UK. Yeah, okay. That one guy, why have that evil person as your subject matter? Okay. Jock Martins, is that lemonade full of vodka or what? It's actually, it's ginger beer. Be interested to see if anyone thought, I've never ever done this before, so if it's a complete disaster, then it's a complete disaster. But it's a start. You've got to start somewhere. The real Dutch Farang. Just get Streamlabs. I'm on StreamYard now. And I'm inviting people on from Facebook, but a lot of people don't want to come on live, you see. They don't want to come out live. Let's see, it's your number 444-666. And that's the devil, that is. Okay. Manga hotline. Okay, so anyway. Let's see, where are we? That is the number anyway. That is the number. It's not my regular number. It's not my regular number. If anybody, I don't know if I'm getting a good signal here anyway. But if anyone wants to phone in, and we'll see whether the loudspeaker, whether it works. It could be a total disaster. I know there's another way of doing it, but it's actually very, very complicated. I watched videos about how to do a live phone in, and it was a total disaster. You know what I mean? Mark, those are my lottery numbers. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Who's this? Non-alcoholic lager. Yeah, Eddie, you are definitely not a ginger beer. Mr. Murph says the royal family doesn't interest me. Okay. Yeah. Well, we've got somebody here. Hello, your name is, please?
This is David Marchant.
Okay, hello, this is David Martin. Can you hear him?
Yes.
Well, I can hear you, David Martin, anyway. I can hear you, David Martin. I'll tell you what, we'll put your name over now. But it's David Martin anyway. So you're my first caller, and can everyone hear David Martin? Hey, what do you think of the royal family, David?
I thought it was very good today.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. So, Mike Ringo, I do a great Michael Caine. Okay, so what did you think of Charles and Camilla? I mean, Camilla looked very, very uneasy to me. She looked like when they put that crown on her. I mean, that expression that she had, oh my, it was more like, oh my God, what have I done? So, do you like? Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. I think she was terrified. I think she was. I'm going to show that picture once again. I think she was. I actually think she was terrified. No, is it there? I've got that picture on there. I'm going to put it on there again. Oh my God, that is a terrified woman. That is when they first put the crown on her. She looks terrified. Oh my God, what have I done? What is happening? Yeah, I never thought it would come to. I mean, I think really she started out with a fling with Prince Charlie, and it came to this. And don't forget, I think she's older than him.
I think she is.
Yeah, I think she's like an old woman. She's a well-kept woman in old age, but I mean, she did look terrified. So anyway, David Harmon, that's your name, yes?
Marchant.
David Martins. Okay. So let me just see what they're saying in the chat. Jock Martins, is he sound double glazed? Karen Farang from the jungle. Yes, we heard him. We heard him well and clear. Who's that? The real Dutch Farang. Eddie got that benefit. Okay.
Wanted it to work well for you, Eddie.
Yeah, okay, well that's great. That is absolutely terrific.
That's why I rang. I wanted it to be a success for you.
Okay, that is absolutely brilliant.
I hope you're all well and everybody else in the chat is.
Okay, yeah, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Daniel Kelly says I can't hear the guest, okay?
Yeah. So I'll clear off.
No, other people can.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, nice to hear from you anyway, David. Nice to hear from you. Okay, so there you go. We've got the first call in anyway. No, how was that? Yeah, Karen Ferran for the jungle. Well done for calling in, David. Now, let's see. The real Ferran, this is hilarious. Okay, what's that? Mark Alley. I called the number and got a recording for King Charles III at Buckingham Palace. Say my call will be answered in the order it was received. Well done, Mark. Well done. Daniel Kelly can't hear it. Let me see. What's this? Mr. Quit statin. 12 years ago, they blamed my lost kidney. Oh, God almighty. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. Sorry to hear that. Ian Bowden. Eddie just logged into your stream. What's the big question tonight? Well, the big question, we've actually done it. It was something like it was Paul Hoskins' question. It was basically is Thailand pricing itself out of the market, and I think the consensus was it's still good value, but not as good as it was. It isn't quite pricing itself out of the market, but it's going that way anyway. Brian Hudson says, I can hear your guest perfectly. Mark Alex said, Camilla is 75. She's actually quite well kept. She's actually quite, she's wearing a figure-hugging dress. I thought she's quite well. I like her. I think she's got charisma. She's not the best looking woman, but I think she's got charisma. And I think she's very, very regal. And I like her. I do. I hope Charles and Camilla are both around for a very long time. I like them. Daniel Kelly, I've been put on hold. Sceneries. Okay, remember it was a very long day for all of the coronation. Must have been a stressful time trying not to make mistakes. Well, absolutely. I mean, it would have been funny if one of them wanted to go to the toilet. I mean, I don't think they were quite geared up for that. But no, they're all professionals. I mean, Charlie has done enough coronations and and all kinds of stuff in his time. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Yeah, Richard O says, well done, Dave, loud and clear. Okay, thanks to David Martin. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you. Let's see. Money next time. Okay. Charles Oliver, the whole world is pricing itself out of reach, to be honest with you. Delayed Dave is in Skopje, Northern Macedonia. I haven't been there. There's other countries in that region that I want to see. I've done some Eastern European countries, but I haven't done that one. But I was actually thinking of maybe another visit to Romania because I did like it. I did like Romania. Jock Martins, Camilla's looking for the toy boy at your sort of no. Camilla, by that expression, yeah, I missed this call. Okay, I missed that call. I missed that call. Maybe you want to die. Maybe because the reception is absolute crap. But Camilla, I actually think Camilla gave, if you could read her mind, I thought when she was sitting there with that crown on looking terrified, I thought, really, she just really like a nice quiet life with Charlie. Yeah, I think she's just like a quiet life with Charlie. But anyway, that's it. She married him, so this is the end result. Ian Bowden, Charles put that oven glove on quite easily, considering his thick sausage fingers. I don't know what okay, who have we got now? Who have we got? Hello, good evening, and welcome. Let's see, who have we got here now? That call ended. Why did that call end? Is it because my signal is really crap? Or maybe it's come from the other end. Somebody call then anyway. Yeah, Capo. No mistakes made by the Royals today, but they have decades to make up for it. Okay. Wander at 299. Camilla never definitely a dodger. I mean, I don't want to have Rumpy Pumpy with Camilla. I don't have Rumpy Pumpy, but I think she's perfect. I think Camilla is just perfect for now, for being the queen, or the queen, which is now known as the queen. I think she's perfect, to take second fiddle to Charles. I think she's perfect. If she was, it's probably good that she's not a really particularly glamorous woman, or over the top personality, because you shouldn't really take the limelight. If she's second fiddle to Charles, and I'm sure she's quite happy to be there that way. Daniel Kelly, the operator, has put me on hold again. Okay, let's see. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello? Can't hear you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Eddie.
Yes.
Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, okay, surprise. Okay. And who was this exactly?
It's Tanya.
Oh, it's Tandra. It's Tandra who's often in the chat. Okay, nice to hear from you, Tandra. Tandra, are you from Birkenhead?
I am, yes.
How did I know that? Maybe because you mentioned. Anyway, we've got Tandra. We've got Tandra anyway on the phone now. So anyway, Tandra, what do you want to talk about? I mean, what do you think of the royal family generally?
Not much really. I like the Queen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Queen was very, very dignified. Do you think
Yeah.
Charles can, in any way, replace the Queen?
Not really, no.
No, no. Charles couldn't. Let's get that comment off the screen a moment. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is it not really? Well. I mean, the Queen was a hard act to follow. You know, Charles. He's been a little bit controversial with his yeah, you know, his marriage, his doomed marriage to Diana, and also he sometimes opened his mouth when he shouldn't. You know, about, and he uses strange expressions, monstrous carbuncle about um you know, about architecture and all of that. But I quite like him. I find Charles inoffensive. That's the word. I think that's the word for Charles, inoffensive. Would you agree with that?
Kind of. I mean, I don't know. There's just he loses his rag quite easy, doesn't he?
What was that again?
He sort of loses his temper quite quick.
Does he really? No, you never. Apparently, you know, there's been a couple of incidents recently when he's lost his temper with people. But he was never, and he looked grumpy when he was in the chariot. Is chariots? Is that the correct word for it? The royal carriage. I mean that. You know. I mean that's it. But he definitely looked gruntled at somebody because he was waiting too long. Or maybe Camilla wanted to go for a pay or whatever. He wanted to get out of the carriage and all of that. But do you think? I mean, yeah, Daniel Kelly here is saying forget the royal family. Would you agree with that?
I think William and Catherine. I would like to see him king.
I must admit, really, what you like William and Catherine? They are a good couple, aren't they? They are a very, very dignified and good couple, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely look the part when you saw them today, but when you see Charles and Camilla, they just look a little bit past it, really.
But I've got to be honest with you, Sandra. I've got to be a little bit ageist here, and I think that Charles, having waited in the queue for so long, I think he deserves to be king. I don't think William. I think it would have been ignominious if William had jumped in and become king. I would think that would have been absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Charles has waited his turn. He's waited all his life. I mean, to me, William is a young man. He's a young lad. He's not a grown man. He's a young lad. To me, so I wouldn't like to see him become queen. I mean, Kate's very, very glamorous, and I think they're a nice couple, but they've got to wait their turn. I think.
Yeah.
I think Charles and Camilla are, you know, I think Charles and Camilla I think they're perfect. I mean, they are not the brightest, they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer. I mean, if you look at Camilla, when she sat, I know I've already shown that picture, but when she sat down and put that absurd crown on her head, it was like as if she was thinking, "Oh my God, oh, I don't need this. I really just want to go home and curl up next to Charles on the couch." You know what I mean? But I like them. I think they're all right. I like them. Would you agree?
We'll see. He's got to have his day, hasn't he?
Absolutely. And anyway, so our things are. Do you still live in Birkenhead?
No, I live on the south coast.
You live in the south coast. Okay, well that's good. Anyway, the south coast where it's nice and warm and sunny. Well, it doesn't seem that way now because it is right now at this moment in time. It's still freezing. I mean, you know, I mean, winter starts somewhere, you know, around about the beginning of November, and it hasn't finished yet. It's still bloody freezing, really, here. But
yeah, it was cold today as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you tend to find that people on the south coast, when they hear your accent, did he say things to you like, "I bet you're not used to these warm temperatures where you come from"?
It's funny, really. Do you think I've got a northern accent?
Not really, not really. You definitely don't sound like, no, definitely no. You sound more southern to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, spent most of my life in the south.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let's just have a little teensy weensy look at the chat. Look at the chat. Yeah, someone put, what's this? The real Dutch Farang. This sounds like those old late night calling programs on the telly. Can someone protect my fortune? Okay. So see, they like you, Sandra. They like you, Sandra. Delayed Dave. Sandra, how did you find Eddie's channel? Okay, perhaps you'd like to answer that one.
Well, my dad retired to Thailand.
Yeah.
And when he retired about a year ago, I went on YouTube just looking for things to do with Thailand.
Yeah.
And I sort of ended up finding all these YouTubers.
Yeah.
But that must have been how I found you as well, Eddie, obviously.
Yeah, you found me. And I know that you've been on Cheap Charlie's. He calls himself Billy Blue. I know that you've been on his channel quite a bit. And he does really, really good streams, doesn't he? I was watching him the other day, and it's he is a really, really good live streamer, really good live streamer.
Yeah. First of all, I know it might sound corny, but I used to go on there looking to see if I could see my brother.
Oh yeah, really?
You know, when people do the live streams and they walk around.
Yeah.
And it was the time when all the Americans were over, like Ron, Tequila Joe,
yeah,
Billy Blue, and they were all doing the live streams.
Yeah.
And I don't exactly remember when I come across you, but I mean, I don't know. I suppose once you've been watching people in Thailand, then it suggests other people.
Yeah, absolutely. They do. I mean, there's some people. I watch, and some people I wish that I'd never ever watched. But I must admit, I was actually a fan of Cheap Charlie in the olden days. He used to make amazing videos. But now even live stream, he is really, really good. Like he's cool, and he's been off the bay for a couple of years now. It was this. Someone said, "How come Harry looks nothing like Charles?" What would you agree with that, Sandra? I mean, do you think that Harry and Charles are not necessarily blood related?
Well, when you look at Harry, if you look at his eyes, he does look like Charles, but I still think that other man, what was his name?
Hewitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's his dad.
Yeah, Sandra, I must admit, I may be a lone voice here, but I've seen pictures of Harry, and when he's at a certain angle, he's definitely got Charles's nose and some features of Charles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. I think Harry is really, really Charles' son. It's Diana that wasn't his mother. I think someone else was his mother. He's Charles' son, but he wasn't Diana's son. I think you got the lines crossed. Oh well.
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way.
Well, I hadn't just then. Mark Howard, Charles did smile from the balcony. He said he was okay. He was okay.
I thought he looked petrified today.
Wouldn't you? I mean, Charles not as petrified as Camilla. I mean, because Charles is used to it. I mean, Charles is, Jesus, since he was a young lad, he's been doing, all kinds of things, weddings and all kinds of state events and whatever. I mean, this was Charles' big moment. So it was a big moment. It was Camilla who looked terrified. I mean, Camilla was not terrified. I wonder, in your words, Sandra, what did you think when Camilla was told to sit there, and when she first seen that crown, somebody was walking towards her with that crown? What was she thinking? What would you say she was thinking?
I don't know. She just looked petrified.
I think she
kept looking across at her family, didn't she, and smiling like a fake smile. But
I think she was just thinking to herself, "Oh my God, you're not gonna put that bloody monstrosity on me head, are you? Oh my God Almighty!"
Yeah. Well, when you watch Charles, if when you're watching him, he kept looking up at the sky as if to say,
Yeah.
"When's this going to end?"
Yeah. Who's this? Karen Franklin Jones says, messed up family, but being born into that situation isn't normal and going to produce different kinds of people. The ugly Brits is pretty sure they're after, yeah. Yeah, Steve Donovan, all embarrassing. Well, I don't know what he's talking about there, the royal family or us. Yeah, Jock Martins, yeah, fair play to Tandra. Rick A, you need to put the phone nearer to the microphone. Okay. Well, you can hear it though, can you? Yeah. Let's see. Is it Sandra? Oh, whatever. It's if she wants to call herself Sandra, well, that's it. Yeah, Ian Bowden can hear you. Yeah, Ian Bowden. Sandra sounds very down to earth. Great to have a female in the chat. We want more. Okay, that's fine. And I second that anyway. It's great to have you along, Sandra. Anyway.
That's right. I just thought I'd give you a call and see how it went for you.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in. I was terrified. When I put this phone here, and some people can hear it, and some people say they can't hear it very, very much. But the thing is, do you know when I put this phone here, Tandra, and I invited people to phone in, It reminded me when I first did telesales many, many years ago in the 1990s, like double glazing. They said you sit down in front of this phone and you phone people up, and when they answer, you sell them double glazing. And you know what? I was so terrified. I was hoping that the people weren't going to be in.
Well, when the phone rang the first time, you jumped out your skin.
Absolutely. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, Spitz Energy likes you. He says, nice lady, very polite and personable. Or is he? Or is I don't know if he's talking about you or Camilla here. Let's see. Capo 17, breaking news. Harry is adopted. Cozy Rex. Harry is ginger, is not a Charles personality. Okay. Michael Gervais. Okay. So some disparaging things, but I like Harry. I like Harry, and I like them all. I'll tell you what. Personally, I am bloody glad that Princess Anne even there? Was she? I didn't see her.
Oh, Eddie, how could you not see her?
I didn't see her. Maybe why did she bring a horse with her into Westminster Abbey?
Well, she had that black hat with the red thing on top.
Yeah.
Well, if you look back, when they're all sat there, all in their rows, she was on the second row, and she was right in front of Harry.
Yeah.
And when the camera was on, and because of her hat and that red thing, you couldn't see Harry's face.
Yeah, I didn't. I must have been making me breakfast at that time. It was on the TV. I must have been making me breakfast at that time, but I missed it. But I know some people like Princess Anne. They say she's the hardest worker. I don't like her. I just don't.
On a horse as well, behind the carriage coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want her to be queen. I wouldn't. Definitely. I'm glad. But I just don't like her. That's all I'll say. I just don't like her. I don't like Princess Anne.
I mean, she does do a lot for charity, doesn't she?
Well, does she? Well, I don't trust charities, to be honest with you. Mark Holler, good thing Camilla didn't break her neck wearing that crown. I think when they were on the balcony, I'll show you the picture again. When they were on the balcony, right?
Yeah.
Where's the bit where they're on the balcony? When they're on the balcony, okay. There's the pic when they're on the balcony. It looks a bit absurd, doesn't it? Go on. That looks a bit absurd, right? I actually think that they weren't the real crowns that they were wearing, because they're the most historical things. Camilla's crown goes back to Queen Mary whenever she was on the throne. I think when she stand on that balcony, they weren't going to risk, Camilla like leaning forward and the bloody crown coming up and going over the balcony. And I don't think they were going to risk. I'm sure they had some fake ones. We'll put the real ones away and you wear these. From that distance, no one's ever going to know the difference.
When she was talking to those children standing next to her, though. She wasn't looking down at them.
It looks a bit absurd. They look like a couple out of Monty Python. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Tom, if Charlie would have watched, he would have viewed it countless times. His body language was saying, "Get on with it, for goodness' sake." Anyway, listen. Yeah, Daniel Kelly, Eddie's an agony uncle. Okay, so anyway, I broke the duck. I've actually had a call. Let's see if this is. Yeah, Michael Janea says, "I like it." Oh, Sandra's gone. Sandra's gone. What's happened there with the phone? Okay, sorry if you're still hearing Sandra. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Sandra, thanks for coming on. Anyway, I didn't put the phone down on you. It's just that it's crap. The signal there is awful. But a big thanks to Tandra and to David Marchant, both of them coming on. And so anyway, yeah. Yeah, Mark Oleg likes it. If Sandra ever makes her way to Minnesota, I would take her out for dinner for a movie. There you go. That sounds like an offer you can't refuse. Let's see. Ian Barton, there has to be a reason to not like someone, okay? Issa Man says, I wish we got Queen Anne instead of King Charles. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I'm just going. So anyway, yeah, Tandra. Okay, Tandra. Okay, nice to talk to you as well, Tandra. You're welcome to come on again. Thanks for coming on and saying hello. The only thing is was the sound good enough there? I mean, could you people there hear it well enough? It was an experiment anyway. Could have been a total disaster, but anyway. Let's see. Michael Janez, I love the fact that when Charles was being crowned, the Greek Orthodox chant was absolutely amazing. It was his love for Orthodox. Oh my God. It was a bit multicultural. I mean, that's a good thing, multicultural, but I think they should have gone the whole hog. I think they should have had a couple of trannies in there as well somewhere. Tandra, Eddie, that's okay. Nice to talk to you too anyway. Now, VW said, heard everything fine. Okay, so I've broken the duck anyway. I've experimented with a live phone and then anyway. So I think we'll leave it at that anyway, because I've been on for almost 2 hours now. Yeah, Mark Oleg likes you, Tandra. Tandra, put another dime in the phone for another 5 minutes. Really nice to hear from you, Tandra. Let's see. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, the phone-in's finished. I think a couple of those phone-ins, that's okay. It was only an experiment right at the end of this. This show. I've been on for nearly 2 hours now. Anyone else got anything to say? Let's see. Okay, where are we now? Where are we? So, anyone else got anything to say? It wasn't a bad little show. Like I say, I haven't actually done anything on this channel for a while. But I'll be back on Steady Eddie Live Monday and Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK time. And 9 p.m. UK time. And the thing about the other Steady Eddie Live channel, we talk about other things. We don't just talk about travel. I know we talk a little bit about the royal family here, but it's a special day anyway. So I'll take that off the screen anyway. I'll take that one off the screen. I've actually done a phone-in anyway. And it could have been far worse, but at least we got a couple. It's early days. You've got to start somewhere, haven't you? You've got to start somewhere. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to say good night now. Anyway, thanks for coming along, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you Monday at 9 o'clock on the Steady Eddie Live channel. I'll put that on the screen once again. If you want to subscribe to that channel, the link is on the home page of this channel. Just press my other channel, Steady Eddie Live, and you'll get that one. Okay. So thanks for coming along, guys. I'm going to finish now anyway. Spitch Energy says that was entertaining, Eddie. Okay, okay. It's a start anyway. Seeing he's really enjoyed tonight, Eddie. Great stream, night all. Okay. But Mark Alex said, keep going. Okay, I'll keep going for a few more minutes anyway. Has anyone got anything else to talk about? Ricky says, keep going. Let's see. King Getty. Let's see. Says your hand pink waving. Okay. Let's see. Let's see now. Well, what is this now? Okay. That was entertaining. Real Dutch Farang. Okay. Well, I've been up for 2 hours anyway. So, Ian Bound, see you Monday night for cheers for the whole stream. Okay. I better finish now. Apologies to anyone who didn't manage it. Know that I was starting at 9 o'clock anyway. But I've run out of things to talk about. We talk about the royal family. We've got a new king on the throne anyway. And I like him, and I like Camilla, and I like you people for coming along tonight. I really, really do like you people for coming along tonight. Thanks to everybody. I'll see you Monday at 9 o'clock. Okay. Cheers, guys. Have a great weekend. Cheers.